you haven't noticed that everything was just pushed together. So I made interference fits. Of course, some of the plywood that I bought, I had to buy a bigger sheet from a local supplier, and it was not as great as some of the hobby grade that I've used in the past. So it's splintered up a little bit, but a lot of these parts can be hidden by the little ABS panels. So essentially kind of the golden rule about wood is that wood, if you can make it fit together without having to do much of anything else, it's the better. It's like a good carpenter will tell you that the nails are just to keep the boards from moving, that the house isn't held together by the nails per se as much as just the wood is naturally rusting in ways that some of these interference fits are pretty, gosh, are pretty stout. So anyways, so yeah, so like a good carpenter would say, nails are just there to keep the boards from sliding around. That if you look at how a house is framed up, typically the wood is naturally resting in a way that supports itself. So of course you need the nails and all that, but just think of kind of like Lincoln logs. Like Lincoln logs snap together, whatever. So there's some natural structural rigidity to it. So glue joints, you have to be careful of glue joints, because glue joints, if you don't do them well, it'll just pull apart. Well, what I've done is that this also makes it easier. So rather than having 1,000 clamps, which I do have quite a few clamps, there's never enough clamps. These little ones from Horrible Freight, made out of good old Chinanium alloy. So yeah, never could have enough of these suckers. Well, the advantage also of having this put together, because one, I was able to dry fit. You saw it all assembled. Now that's unassembled, I can go ahead and start actually gluing them together. But at least now I know it all fits together. So there's a lot of advantages of doing this. Plus, when you go to glue it together, it's going to be way easier. You can pretty much just put it together. It's going to stay together on its own. Maybe just make sure that it's not listing one way or the other, that it's nice and level and flush. And then you don't really need that many clamps to glue it all together. And yeah, so that's one nice thing about a laser. You can do it with a CNC router. It's just hard to get these nice sharp corners with a router, unless you use some insanely small bit and you're there all day. A laser is really good for this. Not everybody has a laser. You can use a router, or you could use a scroll saw or a band saw, and you can also use a small tool to get into the corners and all that. But I don't have the patience for that. My ADD kicks in and start thinking about something else, and either I'm going to destroy what I'm working on or destroy an appendage. This laser cutter has been awesome. And for people who can't have one or don't have the room for it, don't have the money for it, find something to find a solution for that, because they're awesome.